Yeah, I'm Brant Bridges. I work at Sideshow Collectibles. I'm a fan and collector, and I work with a great team of artists to put together a major presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Star Wars fans love the big stuff, so we want to know more about the process of making these. Is this like molded or from the actual prop from the movie, or is it recreated from the stills?
Well, a little bit of both. With all three of these projects, Darth Vader, Han Solo, and Carbonite, and Boba Fett, really worked to figure out the best options for each. In some cases, there are great surviving molds for the original props and costume pieces. In some cases, there just aren't. So we've hired the best in the business. You know, Tom Spina and his crew for Boba Fett. Greg Nicotero has helped us out on the Han Solo and Carbonite from K&B. With Darth Vader, we did Gino Sabatino and guys who have researched these things and lived with these characters and the props and the recreation efforts, and helped us bring the best of what those assets can be. So we've got a bit of both in all of them. Philip Wise of Rebel Scum fame helped us figure out all the paneling on the sides of the Han and Carbonite. He's done his homework and then some on figuring out what that is. So I think they're the most faithful recreations possible of props and costumes that existed 35 years ago and haven't really been reassembled for product in time since.
And so what sort of problems has that of trying to be as faithful as possible been in the process of sculpting and as far as manufacturing?
Well, that's a great question. We're about halfway through the process of setting these pieces up for manufacturing. So the Han Solo behind me is an early sample out of our manufacturing setup. Boba Fett's about half and half, and we're getting very close to being manufacturing ready. So we've conquered most of those problems. But things come up, you know, especially I'd say sizing, where the helmet or something was a certain size originally, and as it's molded and recast over the years, it shrinks. And then to get it to be the right proportion again, we'll end up kind of recreating that from as original faithful sources we can, but to do it at the right size so it all works and jives to be true to what Boba Fett, Darth Vader should be.
With the Darth Vader, because you've already done the life-size bust, which unfortunately mine broke during our recent move.
Oh no!
He snapped off his face. I was heartbroken. But did you start with that, or did you start from scratch?
We started from scratch. So that bust we created with Spectral Motion and their effects group. Amazing, talented guys. But it was really created to be the bust, and it wasn't really created as an asset for the other pieces. And so they're different construction. It sounds like they should be the same, but especially as we're talking about the cowl, the mantelpiece and things that just have to be done differently. So we took a whole fresh approach and went at it totally differently.
I am ready.
So can you tell us a little bit more about these pieces?
Yeah.
I have much to she doesn't like it, but I have the Adam Hughes version of the American. So who is this one, the designer for the sketch for it originally, and how did this one come about?
So Sideshow is a group of fans, and we have a lot of great artists on staff. They're tremendous artists in their own right, and world-class effects guys, a whole bit. But the best thing about the culture at Sideshow is this appreciation of just the kind of the general fandom and the work that exists in that, and some of those notable artists who've kind of put their fingerprint on characters and their style. You mentioned Adam Hughes. We've had a great time working with Adam and Mark Brooks, and J. Scott Campbell is an artist we've always loved and happened to cross paths with out of kind of a desire to do some work with him, and he was into it. So yeah, okay, let's do something. Let's have some fun, and out of that was birthed sort of this Spider-Man collection. He was really interested in Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy and wanted to tell a story of Spider-Man's girls, and that the love triangles that exist when you include Black Cat, the whole harem. Spider-Man's kind of a player, right? Not sequentially, well, more anyway. But J. Scott Campbell's this great talent, and he provided some amazing artwork, and Steve Schumacher sculpted all three of these pieces for us, and he's got a gift in translating the best of J. Scott's art into the 3D, which is a challenge, right? It can look great in 2D, and then making sure that all the singular angles and stylization converts over to 3D takes a special talent. So Steve Shu goes by, nailed it for all three of these. And then painting-wise, came in with Anthony Mestes, our lead painter, and Tom Gillan, a creative director, have a real sense of the style they wanted in that sort of desaturated, almost a little pastel, you know, something that really evokes a sense of grace and style matches to those sculptures and realizing them. So there's a lot of neat thought and direction and kind of a unique offering represented in this J. Scott Campbell SpiderMan Maquette collection.
Is this a line that you will continue on, or is this the three? And
this is a self-contained three. This is you get in the three, you've got the whole deal. We would love to continue working with J. Scott, and we always enjoy the chance to kind of jump around and do a little bit of interesting things here and there. So it's very possible we would strike another idea with J. Scott and go somewhere else. But this trio is a complete unit.
And of the things that are coming out that haven't been released yet, what's your favorite piece and why?
Okay, I have a hard time answering because I'm a fan of a lot of stuff, but the one I've enjoyed working on the most is our Jim Raynor 6-scale figure from StarCraft 2, because we've been working at this for about 2.5 years, 3 years, and it's just a monster. 525 pieces, lights, chest, and canisters that pop out and do some glow effects, just, you know, vents on the back that light up. The portrait's incredible. And it's a piece that really demonstrates where Sideshow's headed. We're ambitious, we're doing nutty stuff, and we're gonna take the whole collectible bit as far as we possibly can, and Jim Raynor's a bit of a symbol of that for us.
Thank you very much for your time, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.